Good morning, guys. Early in the morning. I'm gonna start to do cold calls right now. I know you guys were thinking about selling your property, but you mentioned that you might be waiting for the school year ends. So it's Hi, my name is Luna. I am
Because I considered like, hey, like for fun, what if I run all these Facebook ads and just try to take like the legitimate buyers? I know it's going to be like 100 bullshit leads, but if there's 2 legitimate buyers in there, and it's like only a couple hundred a month.
You know why? Because you have to understand, if you do Facebook ads, there are 2 issues. One, the lead quality, right? And then how much time does it cost you to qualify 100 leads? You're gonna spend
the thing is, I think what you can do is set it up where it's pretty automated.
Yeah, you can, but don't you think you kind of have to get a feel of the buyer too? Like, what kind of buyer are they? Do they have a COVID-19 proof job? You need to get all the information from them.
Maybe it was just in my head, I'm like, if it's only a couple hundred, dude, then I can get 2 legitimate leads. You don't think it's even worth trying?
No, and you can't be using the same strategy of qualifying seller to qualify buyer, because when it comes with buyer, they have to physically like the house. They have to physically like that area.
What? Yeah.
There's so many things that's going to be a factor.
Not in the control of it.
And it's out of the agent's control when it comes to buy houses versus if it's a seller. If you find the motivation and if you find their money problem they have to sell and you price it right, and that's it. That is totally different with buyers. Hey guys, it is almost 12 o'clock and I'm just prospecting right now, not going to work today because it's the Chinese New Year, so my office is closed. And I think I'm just gonna be on the phone for the next couple hours. Hi guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I want to talk about how to make money fast as new real estate agent. Not too long ago, a week ago, I launched my own course. So in my private Facebook group, I always come across with a lot of questions in regards to like new real estate agent. How do you really go close deals and get business? So in today's video, I'm gonna cover all the topics, and if you guys want a more detailed of outline or exactly how to go about it, I do have a course detail link down below. Use a promo code birthday to get that discount. Disclaimer, in real estate, there's never really a way that you can make business fast, like overnight. Even if you get a property under contract today, you are looking to close in 45 to 60 days. So the fastest that we're talking about here, I'll say in 3 months, right, that you can close a deal. But mostly the cold call leads that I'm dealing with, sometimes I've been talking to the owner for 2-3 years, that's all possible. And when you think about making money, there's really 2 things you can do. 1, work on buyers. 2, work on your seller leads. So these 2 things are very different. The buyer agent doesn't require as much experience, it doesn't require as much nurture, versus the listing agent. Obviously you have to be more experienced and it takes longer for you to nurture that lead before they're ready to sell the property, right? So the first way that you can make money fast, I will say take on at least 2 or 3 buyer leads that you've already qualified and they are legit buyers. So what do I mean by legit buyers? There are 2 ways you can define them. Number 1 is by asking them a list of questions that, you know, how soon do you have to move into the property? Is it because your wife is giving birth? Or they have to move in by a certain date? Do you know exactly what you're looking for? So this type of questions that you need to get the answers from the buyer. Therefore, you know if they're serious or not. And then obviously there are other questions that you might come across with their finance situations. Are they currently employed? Is their job COVID-19 proof? All these things you have to ask the buyers. Let's say you have 2-3 buyers, right? Along with taking those buyers for showings, what you also need to do is to be focused on prospecting. Yes, prospecting is so important. You can use prospecting to get right now business. You can also use prospecting to get future business. Which leads me to the second point is you have to dedicate for about 2 hours of your day to cold call neighborhoods. So if you find an area, it's 5 to 10 minutes radius from where you are or where your office is, you cold call that area, you get a Mojo triple line dialer, and you get the data on Mojo, and you just call them and asking them if they're thinking about selling their house. So by doing that, sometimes you might come across with people who's ready in 6 months, sometimes they're ready next year in spring or 2 years in spring. Those are your database, and you have to follow up with these leads, right? But we're talking about making money fast. We want money right now. So then, other than those 2 hours that you're calling, you also have to be calling the new for sale by owners and new expired listings. Why do they have to be new? Because agents are targeting FSBO expireds, and you want to be the first agent that they can talk to, because if they've already been talking to 4 or 5 agents before you, everything you say, it sounds so similar, and they don't really want to talk to you on the phone because they want to find a buyer. Or if they're expired, they just think that you're annoying because they're still really pissed off at the agent that didn't sell their house. So in order for you to get in before they start getting annoyed, you got to call them early with FSBO. You set a notification on Zillow. As soon as there's a new FSBO in your area that pops on the market within like an hour, you will get an email notification from Zillow saying there's a new FSBO, and that's the best time for you to call. As far as expired listings, I get my expired listing from Vulcan 7, and I import it to my Mojo dialer 7 o'clock in the morning, and I usually start calling 7:30. Because if you call them early, I guarantee you, most agents don't start call for new expires until maybe 9 o'clock. So that will be definitely the low-hanging fruit, and that way you can get in the door. And then after you set your listing appointment, right, you go meet the homeowner, or they're not ready, they say, okay, well, you know, I probably won't be ready until like another month. Then you set up a follow-up call. If they tell you to follow up in a month, you call them back in 2 weeks. And that's kind of how you nurture the lead and get business. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I want to keep it simple and short. You know, read it a couple times if you have to. If you want more detailed information, like I said, my course detail is down below. If you watch until this far, make sure you comment fortune cookies. And this is Luna. I appreciate you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.